Hi and welcome to this video. We'll mainly talk about the tumors of the throat, or you can say neoplastic growths, and few mention of the surgeries that we do. These are both benign growths, juvenile nasopharyngeal angiofibroma and laryngeal papilloma. They are both benign growths, one in the nasopharynx, one in the larynx, of course. So we'll again compare so that it becomes easier to remember. Juvenile angiofibroma is seen in sphenopalatine foramen. The most common site is sphenopalatine foramen, whereas laryngeal papilloma is glottis. Most common site is glottis. Right. Now, cause, one of the most common causes, incomplete regression of branchial arch arteries. That means the arteries of the branchial arch, they are supposed to regress, they do not regress. But laryngeal papilloma is caused due to human papilloma virus 6 and human papilloma virus 11. Now, this is a very important MCQ, the cause of laryngeal papilloma. Now, both are seen in children. This is also seen in juvenile age group. This is also seen in juvenile age group. So, the presentation is, in angiofibroma, a male child with severe and recurrent epistaxis. And there are two signs. There is antral sign, which is also called Hallman-Miller sign, and there is frog face. Whereas papilloma is a child with hoarseness. So if a child has a hoarseness, the first thing that comes to your mind is laryngeal papilloma, and there is no sign in this, nothing else. Then investigations for benign tumors, vascular tumor, CCT is the most important investigation. DSA may be required, and biopsy, like most vascular tumors, is contraindicated. Whereas in laryngeal papilloma, we do bronchoscopy as the investigation of choice. And the last is treatment for angiofibroma embolization, followed by surgical excision. And for excision, either laser or bipolar is used. But in laryngeal papilloma, you have to do microdebridement. These are type of surgery that we do, plus antiviral, because it's caused due to virus. So intralesional injections of acyclovir. So acyclovir is injected inside the tumor, intralesional, plus we give interferons also. So these are the few points about these two benign tumors of the throat, one in the nasopharynx, sphenopalatine foramen, one in the larynx, glottis. Both are seen in children. That's a very interesting point. One is male only, one can be any male or female child, right? So very simple disease, laryngeal papilloma and angiofibroma. This is how angiofibroma will look like. You can see it's a deep red color because it's a vascular tissue. That's why bleeding is a main complaint. And these X-rays show you antral sign. What is antral sign? See, posterior wall of the maxilla is pushed by the tumor, and this is called antral sign, also called Hallman-Miller sign. And this is DSA, digital subtraction angiography, only shows you the dye. You inject the dye, and then you do a scan twice, and then you subtract one from the other. All that is radiology, but you can only see the dye, and you can see there is accumulation of the dye here that proves there is a tumor here, vascular tumor. And the last one is this one is a papilloma. They are multiple in number, so they also call multiple papillomas for the same reason. So these images could be important. Then we talk about two carcinomas, one nasopharyngeal carcinoma, one laryngeal carcinoma. Now, nasopharyngeal carcinoma, the most common site is fossa of Rosenmuller. I told you this in the anatomy video. Laryngeal carcinoma is due to seen in glottis again, most commonly. Now, nasopharyngeal carcinoma is bimodal in spread, means it is seen either in child less than 20 years or it is seen in adult more than 40 years. This is always seen in above 55 years male. Nasopharyngeal carcinoma cause is Epstein-Barr virus, genetics, and nitrosamine. Nitrosamine is a chemical that is found in smoked fish. But laryngeal carcinoma is due to smoking mainly, plus minus alcohol. Smoking and alcohol, right? Now, most common presentation in nasopharyngeal carcinoma is a very important MCQ. It's cervical lymphadenopathy. And there's something called Trotter's triad also. So, Trotter's triad, as the name tells you, will have three features. What are the three features of Trotter's triad? Soft palate palsy, facial pain, and hearing loss. But in laryngeal carcinoma, almost always hoarseness is the main complaint. Hoarseness, right? In nasopharyngeal carcinoma, if they ask you the treatment of choice, chemoradiation. Simple. Nothing complicated. But laryngeal carcinoma, the treatment depends on stage. Whether it's stage 1, 2, 3, 4A, 4B, or 4C. In stage 1 and 2, the better option is called transoral laser microsurgery. This is your best option. Maybe radiotherapy can be used as a second option. In stage 3, 4A and 4B, the best option is concurrent chemoradiation, but surgery followed by radiotherapy can also be used. Second option. In the last one, you have only one option, same as the previous one, which is concurrent chemoradiation. But along with this, you have to do what is called salvage surgery. In salvage surgery, we cannot remove the entire tumor, so we decrease the size of the tumor so that radiotherapy and chemotherapy becomes more effective. So these are the few points between the two tumors. Easy to compare and remember them. Nasopharyngeal carcinoma is more important than laryngeal carcinoma from the exam point of view. Many points in nasopharyngeal carcinoma. In laryngeal carcinoma, the treatment is more important, which depends on the stage of the carcinoma. So these are the few points, and this is how a laryngeal carcinoma will look like. You can see vocal cord, there is proliferative ulcerative growth. Nasopharyngeal carcinoma you cannot be seen easily on a CT, on a image cannot be shown in nasopharyngeal carcinoma. So these are the four benign neoplastic growth: laryngeal papilloma, angiofibroma, carcinoma of the nasopharynx, carcinoma of the larynx. Now tracheostomy is done for laryngeal obstruction mainly. And the site of tracheostomy is ring 2 and ring 3. The tracheal ring 2 and tracheal ring 3 are the preferred site for tracheostomy. If you do tracheostomy in ring 1, this is called high tracheostomy, because ring 1 is higher than ring 2, so it's called high tracheostomy, and this is only done for laryngeal carcinoma. And this is a very important MCQ, that what is the most common, the only indication for high tracheostomy is laryngeal carcinoma. And then complications of tracheostomy. Most common complication, there are two correct answers. One is dislodgement of the tube. That means the tube comes out and bleeding can happen. But also remember subcutaneous emphysema. Subcutaneous means below the skin, there is collection of air, emphysema. So your tube did not fit properly, it was a small tube, and that's why. And difficult decannulation, just remember this name, may be seen in children. So these are the important complications of tracheostomy. These are some of the tracheostomy tubes. The upper row shows all the non-metallic tubes. They are made up of PVC. And the lower row shows metallic tubes. So station tube could be non-metallic and metallic, and there are various types depending on your requirement. And many of these patients of tracheostomy and laryngectomy need speech rehabilitation. So for speech rehabilitation, because after tracheostomy, after total laryngectomy, the patient cannot speak. So we do surgeries and we do use valves and all to give back the speech. The patient can start speaking, and for this we need these kind of valves that you see. The first valve is called Muir-Passe valve. These are Muir-Passe valve. These two are called Blom-Singer, and the next two are called Groningen and Pange valve, as you can see the names. So these valves plus this one, Muir-Passe, together they are used for speech rehabilitation either after total laryngectomy or after tracheostomy, right? So these are the growths of the larynx and the surgeries in the larynx that you will have to be able to know. Okay, so this will complete this video. With this we complete everything in the throat, and our next video is going to be about nose and sinuses. So all the best. God bless you.